Hi, everyone. Today we ministered to the Border Patrol here in Del Rio at the Del Rio Border Patrol Command Center. Wow, it was an amazing experience. We got to have a family fun day with them. Normally, Young Living Stones and Sean and Janine Young, they organize groups to come in and feed these men and women. Hamburgers and hot dogs and do, little care packets for them in the field and just, say, hey, look, we're praying for you. We appreciate you. And that's what we did today. But we did the first ever family day. And so they got to bring in their whole family, their husbands, wives, children, grandchildren, and we got bouncy houses, and it was so much fun because they brought in the Border Patrol horses. Oh, beautiful paint horse, gorgeous. Talked a little bit about that. That was so much fun. And then they had the Border Patrol boats out there and the ATVs for the kids to get on and look at and check out. And we had games set up for them. It was just really great. I had the opportunity to speak to a really interesting man, an officer in the Border Patrol, and he is a chaplain. I didn't even know they had chaplains in the Border Patrol. He's been a member of the Border Patrol for several years, and he gave me his entire testimony of how he was saved and how he wanted to be used of God and decided to go into the chaplaincy program. And when he went into the chaplaincy program, he sat for 2 years at a desk and he prayed. He said, God, will you ever use me? This isn't what you wanted, This isn't what I wanted. I wanted to help people. I wanted to be out in the field loving on people. And he said 6 months ago, after 2 years of waiting, we talked on some of our other videos about being in the waiting room. Sometimes God puts us in a waiting room, and that is a hard place to be. But he shared with me with tears in his eyes. He said, 6 months ago, I got a call asking if I wanted a new job. And the new job was to have a emotional support chaplaincy dog. And he's like, yes, absolutely. And this changed his job completely. He no longer was in the office. He was allowed to go out and take this wonderful dog with him as a 2-year-old Labrador named Jackie. She's adorable. And, God just opened up all these doors for him to minister to people and to love with people when they're in hurt and when they're having a hard time. And he goes to the hospitals when Border Patrol family members are hurt or they're having surgery, or if there's a crisis situation going on and they've had a really bad day and whatever, he goes and he ministers to them and loves them. And he's not allowed to straight up tell him about the reason for his hope. But, when people ask him, how do you have this hope? What is this that makes you different? Then he's allowed to tell him about Jesus and his Redeemer. And he had an amazing testimony. It was so beautiful and just so awesome. And he said, how good is God that he can use a dog to get me in places that I never would have been able to go to help people like never before. And I thought, God uses the least of us if we're willing to help. And, sometimes we're stuck in the waiting room and we're waiting on God to do something and we don't understand it. But then one day, God says, I have it for you. I have something for you that I need you to do. And all we have to say is, I'm ready, God. And it becomes something awesome that, only we are able to do. Because, God uniquely makes each and every one of us with a purpose. God didn't make you just to sit around and not do anything. He makes you with a gift and a talent. Ben and I are not perfect. Y'all know us. I mean, I have ADHD like crazy. I have 5 herniated discs and epilepsy and all these other physical issues. I shouldn't even be allowed to be out here, And Ben's on the autistic spectrum. But you know, when you say to God, whatever you want of me, Lord, I'm yours. God changes things, and he does things, and he gets a hold of you. And I think so much in America right now, we're terrified. Because if we truly say to God, and I've been there, we truly say to God, God, I'm yours. Wherever you lead, I will follow. Then we're afraid. What if God asked me to do something I don't want to do? I don't want to go to Mexico. I don't want to do this. You know, God prepared me my whole life to come down here and do this. God put this on my heart from the time I was a little bitty girl. And so now it's like coming home. You know, God prepares each of us and what he has for us to do our entire lives. He uses each and everything to prepare us for the next thing so that we can be of use for him. You know, we just may be common, ordinary pieces. We're nothing special. But, you know, when we're willing to be used by God, that's when he does the great things. So I just wanted to share with you what a blessing it was to have this conversation with this man, and how, you know, this dog, a simple dog, was able to be used by God to help minister to people, and people when they're hurting and in crisis. I mean, we saw it. Everybody was just drawn to this dog and coming in and loving. And I'm like, oh, are we allowed to do that? We're at the Border Patrol. Are we allowed to touch this dog? And that was her job. And she just laid there and she loved, and she was so relaxed. And God gave this dog just the spirit of, I love you. It's okay. You know, and it's amazing. It's amazing what God can do when we say, here I am, Lord. Send me, use me. So I wanted to share that awesome bit with you today, and just say thank you so much for your support and your prayers. And I'm going to try to post some pictures from the Border Patrol Fun Day, but I've got to get approval for them just to make sure that they are safe. I did take a picture of this Border Patrol chaplain and his dog Jackie as they were walking away, and so it doesn't show faces. But y'all pray for them. That is a tough ministry to be in, and he covets your prayers. And I can't tell you his name or anything else, but I told him I would be praying for him every day. That is a tough ministry to be in, and God just prepared him and called him to it. So I'll post a picture of Jackie and this man, and y'all keep him in your prayers. So may God bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you. And we are just so honored and blessed to be here and to be serving. Take care. Bye.